live, local,
Okay, at this
now.
time, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to conclude for the day. We'll be in recess till tomorrow morning at 10:30. Thank you very much. And you're excused.
The first day of Robert Tellis's defense was a quick one, with Clark County District Court Judge there Michelle Levitt excusing jurors early. Thanks for staying with us at 6:30. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. The jury hearing from just 2 witnesses. 8 News Now investigator Kyle Payne at the Regional Justice Center.
The prosecution called almost 30 witnesses in the first few days, giving the jury its case in the Robert Tellis murder trial. They moved so quickly, or as Tellis's attorney said, quote, efficiently. Some witnesses weren't ready to go Tuesday, so we only heard from 2. Tuesday morning, a clinical and forensic psychologist took the stand on Tellis's behalf. He testified that Tellis's suicide attempt in the moments before his arrest could have been for any number of reasons, and not because he had a guilty conscience in the aftermath of Garriman's murder. We'll hear an exchange between the shrink and Tellis's attorney, but first, a question from a juror that did a little damage to the expert testimony.
Has anyone in your experience ever attempted suicide in an attempt to gain sympathy from being accused?
I think that's almost certainly true, yes. Especially when the suicide attempt is not successful. Sometimes people do what we call suicidal gestures, which just refers to the fact that it kind of looks like a suicide attempt, but it wasn't fatal. And in many cases, people do that just to garner sympathy or to deflect attention from some other issue that they're concerned about.
Oftentimes people think, well, if this person committed suicide, if he committed suicide, he must have committed the crime. You're here to dispel that common view.
Yes.
And there's actually scientific data that does so.
Right.
Jurors saw SWAT team body cam video taken of Tellis in a bloody bathtub after he slit his wrists. Prosecutors argue that was a sign of guilt. The defense has said, separate from Garriman's murder, that Tellis's life was falling apart at that time. We will very likely hear some explanation of that in Tellis's own words on Wednesday, as we expect the defendant to take the witness stand on his own behalf and tell the jury his side of the story. Reporting at the Regional Justice Center, Kyle Payne, 8 News Now.